The winter of maintenance continues. It's time to continue the winter of maintenance. I've got some stuff I got to do the Comanche, my TJ, and I've also got to get this Comanche prepped for a trunk or treat that's going on, well, tomorrow for me. I'm going to try to jam some really large tires on it, and then when I get to the event, I'll decorate it and show you the other Jeeps at the event. It's going to be, it was like last year, 1,500 to 2,000 kids coming through in about 4 hours, so it's going to be insane. So let's get to it. Oh, the gas cans are so I can get a couple gallons of gas to put in my TJ. It sits through winter. It's on storage insurance. I don't drive it, so I'm not taking it to the gas station. So get some gas in this, get some gas in cans, put some stable in it, and get moving. I'll go ahead and try to put the ET mags on the Comanche, at least for, store for the winter now, so to go to this trunk or treat thing. But I got to see if I have enough lug nuts for it, because it has a unilug, and I don't have any of them. My friend Derek gave me a couple of his cans of old lug nuts, so we're going to see what we can find. Hopefully I have enough. Ooh, just might. Well, not exactly so far, but I do have 10 lug nuts, so I can keep looking through all the 10s, or all the cans, I should say, and I'll see what else is in here. It's a start. I probably should have thought about doing this, not the day before I'm doing the event, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. Figured I'd go ahead and see if it would fit on the front, and they do. It actually turns lock to lock, and it'll rub once there's weight on it and the vehicle's moving more, but, it's not bad. I like it, but apparently they take some weird thin-walled lug nut, because these are standard as far as I can tell, and they're just too thick. They won't actually fit. This is as far in as I can get the bad boys. I have this one in open area, and you can see how close it is. It's going to take a real special lug nut, which I don't have. Yeah, it turns lock to lock, and it's tight, but it will move. Actually, it won't move. It won't move with the full lock, because, it rams into the axle, but this would have been fun. Oh well. I'm just going to pull the lug nuts off, put the old tires back on. Hopefully not, yeah. I'll have to do some research and see if these wheels take some kind of special lug nut, just because, I don't know, it's just weird. Weirdness. Yeah, these rotors and pads have like 1,200 miles on them. They look as old as everything else does, all the rust. Lug nuts that I have do fit through the back, but they won't fit through the front. You can see this hole does not have one of the washers on it, and the lug nut will not fit through this diameter hole. I'm going to have to find a smaller shank, this diameter, or maybe have these turned down. I'll have to figure something out, because I'd love to put these on something, but I can't right now. Just going to check some basic stuff on the Comanche and then put it away for the winter. Yeah, it needs about a half quart of oil. Not a whole lot I can check. Really can't check the level of fluid in the cooling system because of the crazy old Renix system that these have. If you don't know anything about a Renix, if you want me to do a video on that, I will. Extremely vacuum line heavy, bad cooling system layout. That's more AMC than Renix or Renault. It does work, and if you get them to work well, they work well, but if you don't, they kind of sort of run. It's in the sort of run phase. I've done a lot of testing and cleaning up on it, and I've made it better. It definitely runs as good as it's going to, but it's, it's slowly losing cylinder pressure. It's got 170,000 miles on it, so I'm hesitant to do too much to it. I have a whole other engine in there with about 100,000 miles on it, but I don't think I want to go back to this system. This might get a V8 or at least a later 4.0 from a Cherokee or something, but I don't plan on getting rid of this truck anytime soon. I'd like to keep it forever unless I find a cleaner one, but it's my Sanford & Son truck, so just gonna do the basic stuff to it, and it'll go away for the winter again. Check the belt, and that's about it. Starts up every time, and as long as it keeps running, I'm going to keep running it. The tension on the belt's good, but the belt's extremely cracked. Other than emptying all the trunk or treat decorations out of the interior, this thing is almost ready to put away. I'm going to put dryer sheets in here, and in the interior just helps keep mice and small animals and bugs away. They don't like it. I'm also, when I store them, I spray pepper and oil around the tires and anything I can reach inside, because that also helps keep rodents away from eating the wiring, because I don't want to have to fix a bunch of random shoot up wires. This worked good so far. I do it for this and for the TJ. We'll go do some TJ stuff soon as I get all the other junk out of here. This is all the stuff from the trunk or treat event. I did this last weekend. I'm going to do a short video on that. Oh, lost the claw. So I'll try to link that above. Just decorate the Jeep at the event. Give out an absolute metric ton of candy. throw all this stuff back in a box and in the shed for another year. Skull, hands, skull, random lollipop, biohazard tape. My life does not exist without zip ties. This stuff will go back in the house, and that stuff will go in the shed. Look at that custom Hurst shift knob I made. Now let's get to the TJ. My '06 Jeep Wrangler TJ. It's extremely clean by Michigan standards. It's actually clean by most standards other than down south or out west, but let's do some maintenance to this bad boy. The winter of maintenance continues. Throw the gas in it for the winter storage. I try to leave the non-ethanol stuff in it. I'm lucky enough that the gas station right near my house has non-ethanol, or what they call it out here, rec gas, and does me a little better. It's better for longevity. And yeah, that was great. These transmission funnels make your life easier when you're trying to pour out of these cans with bad funnels. It does help if you actually, have it at an angle where it'll pour. Throw a little stable in it, because I do, this thing's gonna sit for 6 months. Start it every 2 weeks or so, but I still want it to be in the best shape humanly possible. I hate letting it sit. I've had parts to fix the things that are wrong with it, for all the body parts anyway, for more than a year now, but finally got some of the brake parts I need and some other things, but I still have to buy and do a whole brake job on it, and that's $400 or $500, and right now it's gonna have to wait. Too many other projects. Just gonna keep pouring gas in this. I've got 7 gallons of gas between the 4 cans. I can't lift a whole 5-gallon can of gas, so makes eating gas a little fun sometimes, especially when the can won't empty itself all the way. There we go. I only have storage insurance on the Jeep, so if something falls on it, it's magically on fire, it's covered. But if I drive it, it's not covered for anything. And I can't afford to replace it, so this is my collector car. Chug, 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 chug. Man, this thing needs a good wash. That's not gonna happen for a couple months. This stylus spout isn't quite as bad, because you can at least push the thumb thing in, but it is still a pain in the butt. I don't use these enough, so the thumb thing is probably stuck. Oh, there we go. Well, that's good. The gas is leaking out the thumb thing. That's helpful. You have to, of course, keep the thumb thing down or it stops flowing. I plan to wash it before winter, but winter's already here, and in Michigan we kind of skip over fall. Done. That gave me almost 3/4 of a tank of gas. That should last me most of the winter. Also, you want to see the most rare Jeep on earth? I'll show you right now. This is truly the most rare Jeep on earth. It's a Jeep with no check engine lights. Like I said, most rare Jeep on earth. Well, continuing with the TJ, I'm going to have to go ahead and take the tires and wheels off, because they need to go on a certain vehicle that's in the process of getting finished, and nobody came through and helped them with tires, so I'm going to have to use this. So I'm going to have to put something from my never-ending tire forest on here just for letting it sit for the winter. I'm trying to use this cardboard because rolling a jack onto gravel absolutely sucks. So maybe this will help just a hair. Probably not. Let's see. Overall, it's a little easier. Still by freezing, so I should be able to wash all the fertilizer that's dog-based off these as well, which would help. Nobody wants to mount tires if the tires are covered in poop. These are not the wheels I'm going to use on the Chambler. They are the tires, so yeah, you can tell I haven't moved this in a while. Feel bad I didn't drive this thing at all this summer. I love this Jeep. That'll change this next year. I've got a lot of stuff I've got to do to this thing to make it as awesome as I feel like it is. Now I just have to do this 3 more times. Coming down. That's gonna look silly. Yep. Yeah. Big plans for this thing next year. Big plans for the Comanche next year. It just depends on timing and cash. That was cute. Wheels aren't gonna match, but it is what it is. This isn't working that bad. Wish I had more cardboard, then I wouldn't have to keep moving it, but no. Amazing. A rivet stem. I am so surprised. This thing is still extremely clean from Michigan Jeep. There's very little actual rust on the parts I have to replace, that I have to replace. Grab some more wheels and get the change and stuff. This is the rear rotor where the mount that holds the rear parking brake shoes in exploded, so it took me a long time. I finally had the parts for it. I just need to get all the other parts, you know, brakes and everything else, and this can be done. But I'm going to do everything, clean everything up, give everything a Craigslist rebuild, as they say. And the Patagonia MTs that I'm taking off maybe have 5,000 miles on them, if that, so they're almost new tires, but they're 2 years old because I don't drive this thing very much. These are actually the wheels that came off the Comanche when I bought it. They were hand painted to sort of look right, but they're a mess. They are the popular Jurassic Park Jeep wheel. Not a Jurassic Park fan. I don't know. Just came out when I was a kid, but it just didn't do anything for me. I guess I was past the dinosaur phase. And yes, I'm talking about the original Jurassic Park movie, not the sequels or the remakes or the prequels or whatever the heck they are. Yes, I am that old. Well, the last decent tire in the tire forest needs air, so watch all the dirt pop off it, probably. I get a didn't beat off the rim. Give it a pressure check. Yep, that'll be good enough to let it sit. They're not moving anywhere, they're just sitting here for the winter. My tire forest tires have a name. This one's named Jeff. Didn't know that. What winter maintenance prep or storage stuff are you most interested in knowing? Let me know. I can try to show you on my cars. I got a lot of them I'm trying to store for the winter. Let's see if it'll balance. Probably not. Front heavy because of the wheel design. Let's see if it stays there. Yeah, believe it or not, the tire stayed. I'll drop this thing down and see how pathetic it looks. Magic! Prepare to be underwhelmed. Cardboard worked pretty well. It'd be better if I had some of that industrial cardboard from a fridge or even like actual palleting cardboard, but that's what I got. Actually, more cardboard anyway. This is like the last of my supply. Don't know how much the audio recorded because the mic is starting to cut out, so I got to recharge it. Yeah, overall, the cardboard worked real well. I'm happy with that. Now that that's done, I've got to go ahead and clean up this back area because I'm going to have to bring the Comanche back here. With that, the maintenance is over for the time being. If there's some more stuff you'd like to know about prepping or how I prep my cars for winter and what I do with them during the winter, let me know and I'll make another video. Otherwise, the next thing you're going to see on the Comanche is me pulling some suspension parts off the front for both my Chandler project and my daily driver Cherokee, because I've got a death wobble starting on a Cherokee and it's how I get around. So this thing gets to sit. Parts are all 1,500 miles or so they're basically new. Like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching.